Jay Leno is an American comedian, TV host, actor, and philanthropist. He has made tons of money thanks to his long and successful career. He also owns at least 130 vehicles and countless motorcycles. All the vehicles and motorcycles are stored in a climate-controlled warehouse, and Leno has even hired 4 mechanics to work full-time in his garage to keep everything running smoothly. In today's video, we are going to take a look at Jay Leno's crazy car collection. So, without any further ado, let's get started. 1966 NSU Spider. When someone sees an old red convertible, they won't give it many opinions as most car fans own similar cars. This special car stands out because it's powered by a rotary engine. Leno is a fanatic of cars with unusual engines. The NSU Spider is a West German-produced car from the 60s, and it is not only the first car to be powered by the Wankel rotary engine, but also the first car ever to be powered by any type of rotary engine and sold to the public. Back in the day, this car was as costly as the Porsche 365, but it never really took off. That's maybe because of its engine as well as its different style. Even the dreamer, Leno, will refer to a weird-looking car as being funny and sophisticated. 1906 Stanley Steamer. This car isn't just vintage, it's actually a historical one. Well, it's probably one of the oldest cars anyone has in their collection. It's basically a classic steam train on wheels as it runs on a steam engine, which isn't shocking since it belongs to the year 1906. This car appears to have a special place in Leno's heart as he put a lot of work into it in order to be able to drive it. Since it's an old steam car, its mechanics required fixing various problems, but some skilled people turned it into something that's actually kind of cool. They installed brakes from a Jaguar XK120, a bigger boiler, and put in electric units to replace the oil tail lamps and acetylene headlights. 1963 Chrysler turbine car. This car is definitely a true one. Only 55 models were originally manufactured, and Leno owns one of the last 2 models that were left. Owning this car has been a big dream of Leno's. He went to the World Fair when he was 14 just because he wished to see this car. He liked quirkier models even then, while most boys his age would have liked a split-window Corvette coupe. But what makes this car so quirky? Its 22,000 RPM jet turbine engine. It can be fueled with anything as long as it burns with oxygen, which means that you can fuel it with your perfume or your bottle of tequila. Leno purchased this car directly from Chrysler, and it's only been owned by him. If you're liking this content so far, please consider subscribing and liking this video. Now let's continue. The Bugatti Type 57 Atlantic SC. Bugatti is recognized for manufacturing some of the most exclusive and fastest cars remembered to mankind. Ettore Bugatti began making cars at the start of the 20th century, and despite lacking any type of formal training, he soon earned a reputation for producing cars with an avant-garde layout as well as his advanced and revolutionary engineering. Bugatti won the first ever Monaco Grand Prix in 1911, which was the beginning of its long dominations of the racetrack. Nowadays, most people's first association with Bugatti is their Veyron model, a shiny and powerful car with 1,000 horsepower. The model Leno owns is a representation and gives a good example of Bugatti's earlier work. Only 710 vehicles were manufactured from 1934 to 1940, and it is believed that only 2 have still existed. If this were original, it would be worth $30 million. 1969 Lamborghini Miura S. The 1969 Lamborghini Miura S is possibly the weirdest looking Lamborghini that exists. You could describe it as the result of crossbreeding a goldfish with a transformer. Is there any surprise that Leno would want to put such a funny looking car in his collection? However, its engine is not a funny issue, as it brags a 3,929cc V12 engine, giving it the pure combinations of quirkiness and power. Leno had first seen this car in one of the multiple automobile magazines he used to read as a teenager and soon fell in love with its unique design. To him, it was as if it came from another galaxy, especially compared to the ordinary car his father drove at the time. To this day, Leno still talks about the car, calling it one of the most beautiful cars ever created. 1966 Oldsmobile Toronado. The Oldsmobile Toronado is a luxurious car that was manufactured from 1966 to 1992 by Oldsmobile. It was one of the most advanced cars of its time as it was the first front-wheel drive car that was manufactured after the First World War II. It was also the only front-wheel drive car of that size. The modern look that it had back in the day is what drew Leno to this car all those years ago. Leno guesses that it still has a new age feel, and that it is the true blend of vintage and contemporary. The Oldsmobile Toronado had a 7-liter, 8-cylinder engine which delivered 385 horsepower. It could reach a maximum speed of 135 miles per hour. Leno's mechanics installed modern machinery and rebuilt the body to its original conditions to highlight the blend of contemporary and classic. There are some more cars in Leno's collection. If you want to see them, then let us know in the comment section below.